Hey, here we are again. Guitar number 17 in delivery. Eart, September 2021. The YouTube Eart craze. So I have a story for you today and beyond. And why am I saying that? I'll let you know in just a second. Alrighty, so this came in as an open box. I didn't want to pay full price for it, which was $400 here at the time. I don't know what they are now, if you can get them. This was Amazon, and it said it was open box, not like a B stock or anything like that, but open box could have been something somebody returned. They didn't like it, but nobody did anything physical to it that I think I found out. I had to do a few frets, if I remember. I put on my own pearl white pickguard because, you know, I'm a sucker for pearl white. Now, I think, yes, I changed the switch. The switch on this was kind of flimsy. I changed the bridge because I wanted 6 saddles. But I kept the pickups in it. And I thought, well, I have 3 tellies. Why would I want another one? But the CRAZE got me. So I went with this one. And it was pretty. I like pretty. Okay? I like pretty. What can I say? That with the, you know, vintage caramelized looking neck. It's a very nice satin neck, of course. The tuners I kept. They were good, as they were at the time. The buttons, I like these style buttons. Those are cool buttons. They come on another style of tuner made by Geiger and Kane's brand, that it's kind of like all formed into the body right in there like that, and it's got a whole different shape to it. I did change the string trees originally to the barrel type, and this morning as I took this thing out and started to get it tuned up, I was having trouble getting it to stay in tune with, and I couldn't figure out why and why. So I took off the barrels and I put on these American Standards. It solved the problem. No more barrels for me. Now, as I took it out today, and I remember I looked at, I remember saying back in I think it was video 2 of 1 of 2, that I had found the pickup a little screechy, and I doubled up the magnet in here, and they're both ceramics, and I thought it made it warmer. And then when I took it out today and I was playing it, and I'm on my standard, you know, no effects, and my amplifier is now 8 feet away, and it was 3 feet away from me the last time I played this in the rework videos. And even at 8 feet away, it still sounds screechy to me today. And the neck still non-articulate, a little bit too warmish. But if you want that, it's great for that. So I didn't have much experience back then with, well, I had no experience back then with any Telecaster pickups other than the GFS noiseless ones and the little punchers I put in the humbuckers in Tele number 3 that I made. Subsequent to that, Baldy the Shredder, he was talking about Dawnless pickups that he puts in his Dinkies. And so I went looking for Dawnless pickups, and I found they made Telecaster pickups. And I put that in some other guitar that'll come up later in the history here, and I liked it very much. And then subsequent to even that, I found only in like the end of last year in 2022, Artec. I found the Fat Pole Seymour Duncan copy of the, what they call it, a fat something or other, with the large poles. And I put that in a couple of guitars, but they also had a bridge. And I've never tried the bridge, but I have a set. I have a set. And I had this thought, and then this happened, and beyond. I decided that would be compared to changing out the pickups now in this guitar in the middle of my story. And so this happened. And just like that, we're back. So some time has passed since I went to work on this thing and got back here. I recall when I got this that I thought, oh, everybody says they're great. They really don't need much. And back then, I wasn't doing fret jobs like I know how to do them now, and with the tools that I have now. I looked at my original part 2 of this. I didn't even remove this neck, okay? When I brought this thing in here, the first time this neck was removed was today. So I wasn't even in the mode then of even removing the neck to do fret jobs. This neck needs some fret work because from here up, the radius of the neck, it's flat here. It's got one of those compounds, like it's like going like it's reversed. It's usually like 9 to 12. It should be more curved down here and flatter up there. Well, this is the reverse, and some fenders are like this, where they're flatter here, and then they get curvier up there. And then when you try to bend, unless the action is really high up here, the strings choke out. Now I've had that happen on a couple of guitars, and that's when you use that roll away or fall off or whatever, where you take down, you level them all, then you go from the 12 up here and you take extra off, especially in the middle, to try to flatten the radius a little bit so that you can get your action low, and when you want to bend, you can still bend without choking out. Okay, Artec. Now, I had previously tested this Artec, and I forgot, on the Lightning test jig, and I had made a note on it saying that it was bright, but low output, and it's a 6.89K. This one is a 778, and so where do we go from here? All right, again, basic, nothing on. I'm going to try to splice and cut, if I can, the previous clip with this clip to try to do them back to back of original and the Artec, and original and the Artec. Interesting little tidbit, the pickup that was in here was an Artec, but it was a TFC 40. 6 point, it might have been a 6.8, and they're for sale, the TFC 40s and the TFC 65s. So the 40s obviously are the vintage weaker ones. 65s, a little bit more oomph to them. So this one's a 65, this one's a 65. So the thing is that I didn't find a whole lot of difference, and I'm going to have to listen to them back to back. So here we go. That's plain straight up for the bridge. The neck. Now the neck is, this is my favorite neck. And the neck So a lot more to my ears right there before even doing the back-to-back, because I've been accustomed to that one from before. Adjustment of the pickups has been done to standard spec, pretty close, 8th and almost a 64th. Now, here we go back to the bridge. Standard middle would be in parallel. Now you see, that's nice because the extra output and the little bit warmer tone from this one takes a little bit of the shrill off of there. And of course you can always tone it down. Gives you the option. I mean, you can always add tone, but you can't take it out when you've got too much. And then, here's the middle. Series. Boom, two together. And that's the way it's supposed to go. All right. I have had a problem keeping this in tune ever since I took it apart. I had to take it apart a couple of times. I tried some shims in the neck. Yeah, I really didn't think this thing needed a lot of work when I got it. And in my novice time of only, it's almost 2 years ago. I mean, just think of it. It's May. And in only 4 months, it's September, which will be 2 years since I have this. And it's May. I haven't gotten summer yet. And in only 4 months, it's going to be fall. Oh, man. Why was I born here in this climate? I should have been in Australia. Sydney to Brisbane area. The best climate ever. So what are we going to do? Well, I can foresee that I'm going to have to end up taking this apart. I'm going to have to end up doing a proper fret job on the neck, a fall away, and put it back together and see if I can get it to be consistent in tuning. The other thing that you have a little bit of trouble with these vintage saddle types is the set screws. You want to always try to get them flat, but you can't always get them flat. Like this one right now is bobbing on me, and that tells me that it's not flat. And when that's not flat, or there's no pressure, at least on both of the set screws, the one that's sitting in there is going to rattle. It's going to cause buzz. So you want to make sure that even though the pressure is usually on one side of these saddles, that the other one is snug to the plate. Let's try something. I was playing on something yesterday, which I think we might try a little bit of today. Okay, I think I finally have it in tune. So I have to put my Joyo pedal on to be able to cut through the mix because of the low output when you don't have it on. See? So I need it. Let's fool around a little bit. Okay. This will undergo a renovation of sorts. But it is guitar number 17. And I just didn't know as much then as I do now, in many regards. So, hope you like this episode. The NKC1 Eart. It's a Purdy. It's just not as functional as it is Purdy at the moment. Oh, and while I was doing the other work, I realized I had even forgotten to take the plastic off of this, cream pickguard. So yeah, you don't know what you don't know when you don't know it. Appreciate all your support. Catch you in the next one.